I am trying to clean up my trophy collection by getting the platinum and 100% for every game I've played. One of these games is Helldivers 2, which I played at launch and had lots of fun with, but I never actually finished it and got the platinum, so that would be the next logical game to play. However, I have this weird obsession where I like to play every single game in a franchise in order and get their trophies. So that means before I can finish off Helldivers 2, I first have to complete the original game. It released in 2015 on PC, PS Vita, PS3 and PS4. In terms of the basic story, we play as a disposable soldier who is part of the elite unit called the Helldivers, and we must work together to protect Super Earth and defeat the enemies of mankind in an intense intergalactic war.
Become a hero. Become a legend.
Become a Helldiver. In terms of gameplay, it is both similar and different compared to Helldivers 2. The main difference is that instead of a third-person shooter, it is a top-down, twin-stick shooter with a greater focus on teamwork, as all squad mates must be together on the screen. Other than that though, most features are actually pretty similar, such as calling in stratagems for support, friendly fire is still a thing, and there is a variety of missions on different planets which are completed to progress towards winning the war as a community. However, this community approach to the game is reflected on some of the trophies, which is actually what makes this platinum grind very difficult and is the reason why I started this journey over 4 months ago, but more on that later. Speaking of trophies though, there are 31 in the base game including the platinum, along with 2 DLC packs. The first pack, Turn Up the Heat, includes 6 trophies, and the second pack, Masters of the Galaxy, includes 3 trophies. So in total for the 100% there are 40 trophies to obtain. The PSN Profiles guide gives the base game a 6 out of 10 difficulty and can take around 100 hours. Luckily, the DLCs aren't as bad. As for the first DLC, it is only a 3 out of 10 difficulty and takes about 15 hours, and the second DLC is also a 3 out of 10 difficulty and takes only 2 hours. To kick things off though, first stage in this process is to simply beat the tutorial. So we start off waking up in one of the many Helldivers training facilities where we are already told that we only have an 11.89% chance of dying in just the training alone.
Nice.
After hearing that, we are then taken through the basics of the game, such as combat, calling in stratagems, and completing objectives. And we finish off the tutorial by learning how to extract after completing all the objectives. That which doesn't kill you scars you for life. Finish the training. Ooh, first trophy, I'm locked in. Following that trophy, we are taken to our ship and are introduced to the main hub of the game where we start all the missions from and also upgrade our weapons and stratagems. And for the first time, I accessed the Galactic Campaign map and was given a recap of everything that has happened up until now. And so I'm introduced to the 3 main warring factions, the Cyborgs, the Illuminates, and the Bugs. Now, I didn't understand this at the time because I'd only just begun playing, but Super Earth was actually under attack by the Cyborgs, meaning we were really close to losing this war. And I didn't realize at the time how important it was to win the war. I just saw the double experience and thought, why not give it a go on the easy difficulty and get my first mission complete. And let's just say things did not go well. Oh my god. Get up! Get up! I'm gonna die. No, I died already. What the heck? I suck. Reload, you idiot. I'm gonna die. I died again! Ah! Did I fail the mission? I failed the mission. Now, I may look like a bit of a bot.
Okay. Bitch, you said it, not me.
But bear in mind, that was like my first actual mission, and I still didn't really fully understand the game, and also the Cyborgs are probably the toughest faction in the game too to fight against. So I decided to instead head to a bug homeworld and just try a level 1 mission, which is actually what you're meant to do, because at the start you actually can't access higher difficulty missions until you beat the lower difficulty ones. The only reason I could do a level 3 was because it was defending Super Earth, and I guess everyone is able to do those missions. And even level 1 didn't get off to a good start, as I spawned right where a lava spew was coming out and I almost died straight away. But recovering from that, I did find that the bugs were way easier to fight against. And pretty soon I had completed my first mission. Join the army, they said. complete a mission. Following that, I completed the second mission on the planet, meaning I had conquered it, and I got my first community influence that goes towards winning the war. And I learned that completing a planet on each difficulty in each faction also gets a reward. And for leveling up, I also got my first research point, which I was able to use to upgrade one of my weapons. After this, I found the multiplayer section where you can access other people's games that have their lobbies set to public. And just for joining someone else's game, I got myself another trophy. Brothers in Arms. Join another game through the matchmaking system. And after completing that mission, I also managed to get to level 3. And my reward for hitting level 3 was unlocking some new cosmetic armor, which I decided to put on. And if I go back out, does that count as a trophy? There we go, the Helldivers new clothes. Customize your character. After that, because I had already taken on the cyborgs and bugs, I decided to take on the third faction, the Illuminates. And after completing this mission against them, I got myself another trophy. Meet interesting people, they said. Play at least once against all enemy races. After that, I completed a few more missions to get to level 4, and then I decided to go for the easiest trophy in the game, Dancing Queen, where I simply just had to spin around 25 times whilst on the main ship.
Bruh.
Yes, Dancing Queen. Do 25 cape spins in a row without moving while on the ship bridge. After getting that trophy, I decided to have a break, and I hopped back on the next day to find out that we had lost the war and Super Earth had fallen. And Super Earth ended up getting the Alderaan treatment. At the time, I really did not think much of this, because as soon as I loaded back in, we were in a new war, but later on I would come to realize how annoying it would be to lose a war. For now though, I was just too focused on trying to get my next trophy, and this was the next trophy I decided to go for, where I had to destroy a bug nest without using a hell bomb. So instead, I decided to equip a recoilless rifle, and I found a mission with the bug nest objective, and using the recoilless rifle, it is able to instantly destroy the nest.
PC.
Yes, when the wrong tools do the job, are they still wrong? Destroy a bug nest, cyborg AA, or illuminate beacon with anything but the Nux 223 hell bomb. I just died. And after completing that mission, I also got another trophy. Oh, you're in it until you die or I find someone better. Achieve the rank of Sergeant. Rank 7. I then decided to take on the planet where I would unlock the APC, which I needed this vehicle for another trophy. But as I was completing the planet to unlock this vehicle, I managed to get 2 other trophies. The first trophy I got was called, now that is what I would call a multi-kill, which is for killing 7 enemies within a very short time using only my primary weapon. And the other trophy was completing the escort mission, but keeping all 4 citizens alive, which can be quite difficult with enemies around, and if you go too quick, the citizens can just lose you apparently. But after some patience and going slow and steady, I was finally able to get it done.
Helldiver deploying to combat zone.
Yes, don't you just hate escort missions? Successfully complete an escort objective where all 4 NPCs survive. Yes, I do hate them. Eventually, after getting some help from some randoms, I did unlock the APC, meaning I could get this trophy done, which involved me calling in an APC and having all 4 players in the mission enter into the vehicle, but it had to be on a Friday. And at the time, it just happened to be a Friday, so I wanted to get it done and out of the way. If it wasn't a Friday, I could have also easily just manually set the time to a Friday instead. So what I did was hop into a game with 3 other randoms. Luckily, one of them was already keen to get in the APC, so then I switched to game chat to try and convince the others. Please, get in the truck.
Hi?
Get in the truck, I need it for a trophy, please.
Okay.
Come on, Jazz. Jazz, we need all 4. Jazz, please. Jazz. Come on, bro. We ain't moving until you get in the truck. Now, I am not kidding, but this went on for the next 8 minutes where this guy just refused to get in the truck. And we ended up somehow getting to the end of the mission, and he still refused to get in, meaning I did not get the trophy. I don't know, maybe he couldn't hear me in game chat, which is fair enough, but I don't get how he didn't see the message that we were literally sitting still in a truck telling him to wait. Like, surely he could have just come over and hopped in. I mean, I even messaged him multiple times, and to this day he still hasn't responded. But you know what's funny about trophy hunting? The very next game I joined with 3 other randoms in it, it just happened instantly. And I didn't even have to ask. Come on, get in, please, 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 please. Just, can these guys get in, please? Yes, yes! Which seat can I take? In a 4-player game on a Friday, have all players sitting in an APC or HEV at the same time. Yes! Wow, how easy was that? I just joined a bunch of randoms and they actually all get in. Fire, that D-Jazz, bro. After all that, I could now finally move on to the next trophy, Royal Roadkill, where I had to kill an assassination target on a bug or illuminate level using the APC. So I found an illuminate level that had assassinate as one of its objectives, but at the start of the level, I got a surprise trophy. Oh, I'm no zoologist, but how do you classify a 20-foot tentacle? Face each new enemy once. It turns out that this was my first DLC trophy of the first pack, Turn Up the Heat, and it must have been because this sphere guy over here was the final enemy I had yet to face that had been added in that first DLC update. In the end though, I kind of just ignored him and moved on to taking out the assassinate target. And nothing too difficult here, as all I had to do was just keep running over this guy until he was dead. I have no idea how only 1.9% of players have done this, because this was so easy. Yes, Royal Roadkill. Kill a bug or illuminate assassination target by running it over with the APC or HAV. After that, I kind of moved on to just grinding out the game for a bit by playing with randoms on higher difficulty missions to unlock new weapons and stratagems. But even then, I ended up getting another trophy. Yes, everyone got on. Let's go. Yes, no man left behind. Extract from a difficulty 8 or higher mission with 4 players where all 4 gets on the shuttle. Nice. Long after, I was also finally able to find my first snow planet. See the galaxy, they said. Yeah, that's my reaction too. Play at least once on a desert, a forest, and a snow planet. Yeah, that was tragic, I can't lie. Following that, I decided to go for the trophy Liberating the Countryside, which is for fully completing a level 10 difficulty planet. Along the way though, I ended up getting 2 other trophies. The first one was a complete fluke, as I ended up killing a charger with a randomly thrown resupply stratagem. Element of supplies, kill a bug tank with a resupply stratagem hellpod. Damn, I didn't even mean to do that. And the next trophy I got alongside the trophy I was actually going for after I grinded out all the missions with some randoms. I'm sorry, I just wanted to finish the mission. I just want my trophy. I've been trying to do this for so long. Liberating the Countryside. Complete all missions on a planet with difficulty 10 or higher. That was a pain and a half. Nothing is hotter than a cup of liberty. Complete a volcanic type planet of difficulty 5 or more. And that trophy was the second DLC trophy from Turn Up the Heat. The next trophy I got was from grinding out more missions. Surely that's level 13. Yes, next time we meet, I'll probably have to salute you. Achieve the rank of Captain. Rank 13. Let's go. You shall address me as Captain now. Moving on, I decided to knock out some more DLC trophies. The first one being Stick It to the Man, where I loaded into the highest difficulty cyborg mission in the game, as the spawn rate for cyborg warlords was a lot higher. Then I just had to use my no quick communication whilst near one of them. There we go, Stick It to the Man. While in melee range from a cyborg warlord, use the no communication command. The next DLC trophy was Make Frank Kill a Tank, where as I was extracting, I had to force the shuttle to land on one of the tank enemies. In this case, it was the bug enemy type called the Charger, as it's very easy to just continuously do circles around the extraction point, causing the Charger to get stuck on it. Please. Yes, make Frank kill a tank. kill a bug tank, bug behemoth, or cyborg IFE by having the extraction shuttle land on it. After that, I decided to complete a level 10 cyborg planet, as this would unlock me the Shredder missile strike, which I would need for my next DLC trophy, which was called Knock Knock, Who's There? Democracy. And as I was grinding these missions out, I actually got myself a surprise trophy. Never give up, never surrender. Use the race force stratagem while down in the last Helldiver alive on a difficulty 8 or high mission with 4 players. Let's go. Wasn't even going for that trophy, but I'll take it. So if you didn't see what happened there, my other 3 teammates got eliminated, so I had to call them in with a reinforced stratagem. And luckily I called one in just in time, and because I was holding it in my hand when I got downed, it automatically threw it. Of course, resulting in the trophy. Alongside grinding out the Shredder missile strike, I was also able to complete the planet, which unlocked me the shield generator pack, which is one of the best stratagems in the game. And so it became an integral stratagem as part of my main loadout. And it helped me get the Shredder missile strike. So now I could finally get the DLC trophy for killing an illuminate obelisk while it is closed. So this enemy type up here, when he closes his shell, I have to try and kill him, and the best way to do that is with the Shredder missile strike, but it does take a bit of timing. As you can see on my first attempt, I was too slow and just killed him while he was open. God damn it. I didn't time it properly. Luckily, I was able to restart the mission and give it another attempt.
Engaging target area.
Come on, come on. Close up, close up, close up, close up. Yes. Boom. Knock knock. Who's there? Democracy. Kill an illuminate obelisk while it is closed. Let's go. The next trophy I went for, back in time for tea, involved me having to speedrun a level 4 difficulty mission in less than 5 minutes. So I compared the 3 factions level 4 difficulty missions, and I found that the cyborg one had the least amount of objectives, hopefully meaning that it would be the easiest to speedrun. And because I just had to complete the mission, not actually be successful at it, one of the objectives for defending the launch pad, I could actually just destroy the launch pad myself, and technically the objective would still be complete. And for the second objective, I had to deliver the black box, and luckily it wasn't too far from the drop-off point, meaning now all I had to do was just extract. In the end, this trophy was quite simple, as because I'd been playing the game for so long, level 4 was now quite easy, and I had found the perfect map to get the speedrun done. Surely that's it. That had to be less than 5 minutes. That had to be. Yes, 348, back in time for tea. Complete a difficulty 4 or higher mission in 5 minutes or less. For the next trophy, It's Raining Hell, Hallelujah, I had to fully complete a mission using only stratagems. The best way to do this was select a level 1 bug mission and use only airstrikes or turrets to get the job done. Even doing it on the easiest difficulty in the game, it is actually still quite hard to get this done, as you quite often just have to run around hoping the bugs can't get to you. So essentially, I was just playing COD Zombies out here, as I was just training the bugs around in a circle until the shuttle landed. How did I not die? How did I not die? How did I not die? Holy... I was literally 1 health. Should mean it's rain and hell. Hallelujah. Complete a mission using only stratagems. Thankfully you can do that on the lowest difficulty, or else that would be tough. Continuing on with these challenge trophies, I moved on to 80% of the time, I hit every time, which involves completing a mission with over 300 shots fired, but with an 80% accuracy or better. Once again, I hopped into a level 1 bug mission, as all the bugs are 1 hit, and I also made sure to run the laser aim module so I could see where I was aiming. I pretty much ran around for 5 minutes looking for enemies, making sure that I hit majority of my shots by aiming it up with the laser aim module, and then once I thought I had about 300 kills, I decided to extract and complete the mission. Please give me the trophy. Please. Yes, 80% of the time, I hit every time. Complete a mission with over 300 shots fired and 80% accuracy or better. After that, I only had 2 more of these challenge-like trophies, and these 2 were by far the hardest. For the Solid Stealth Execution trophy, I had to complete a difficulty 7 or higher mission without triggering any alarms, so essentially I had to be in full stealth for the whole mission. And the best faction in order to complete this trophy are the Illuminates, as they only spawn in 1 drone that can spot you, whereas bugs there are usually 3 that can spot you, and for cyborgs there's usually 4. Also, the Illuminate drones make a really distinct sound, so you know when one of them is close by. Also, just because I had to complete and extract the mission, some of the objectives I could just let be destroyed, as it didn't matter. My main strategy was to stick to the edge of the map where less enemies spawn, and keep an eye and ear out for any drones nearby so I could kill them straight away so they didn't spot me. Also, these sniper enemies spawn in, but they actually don't count towards spotting you as they can't call in reinforcements, but here I got unlucky as a drone spawned in right next to one of them, meaning I got spotted and I had to restart. This was definitely the hardest challenge trophy I had done so far, as I would quite often get spotted in the most silly ways, and eventually, even once I did get all the objectives complete, calling in the extraction shuttle was a whole nother mission in itself.
Inbound.
Wow, I look away for 1 second. Oh my god. For the extraction shuttle, I had to set up traps such as barbed wire and mines, and then I pretty much sat right at the very top of the map so I could see whenever enemies were coming for me. And wowee, that final minute and a half was stressful, as I was too far away to take out the sniper dude because I didn't want to get too close and accidentally get spotted by a drone. So I was pretty much dodging and weaving lasers constantly whilst looking for drones.
Shuttle arriving. Shuttle leaving. T minus 10
Come on.
seconds.
Come on, that has to be it. Please. Oh my god, my heart. I almost sold. I thought I sold in the barbed wire, man. Yes, Solid Stealth Execution. With a difficulty 7 or higher mission without triggering any alarms. Whew. That trophy alone took me about 40 minutes, but for the other challenge trophy, it took me another 50 minutes. As for this trophy, I had to complete a difficulty 7 or higher mission against the cyborgs without taking any damage. The best strategy for this was to run 4 mech suits, as mech damage does not count as my own health. However, this does not stop me from taking damage when I have to get out of the mech and actually complete an objective. Now that I'm looking back at this while I'm editing, I just realized I probably should have used the shield generator pack just to protect me for a little bit whilst I was outside of my mech, and this would have prevented so many of my fails. Also, I should have been more careful getting out of my mech, as if it's still moving, you can take damage when you get out. Eventually, I got a really good run, and a level 50 actually joined my game, and he absolutely carried me, pretty much tanked all the damage for me, whilst I just sat inside a mech for most of the game. Yes, please. I don't think I took damage. Oh, thank goodness for level 50's carrying, bro. Yes, they call me Mr. Danmaku. Complete a difficulty 7 or higher mission against the cyborgs without taking damage from any enemy. Oh, thank goodness for mechs and a level 50 carrying me. Also, if anyone gets the reference for Mr. Danmaku, leave a comment down below because I don't understand it. Now, you know how I said those were the final 2 challenge trophies? Well, I was just joking because we actually have one final one, and it's the most difficult one. I had to complete a level 10 mission without dying once. Once again, I decided to use a mech to take as little damage as possible, but I also knew that it would be very hard to do this alone, so I kept my lobby to public so random players could join me and help me get it done. But unfortunately, they left, meaning I had to try and solo the rest of the mission by myself. But luckily, a level 50 joined, but as soon as he did, I died, meaning I had to restart the mission. And because I restarted the mission, he left. For some reason, I had the great idea of setting my lobby to private and trying to complete the mission solo because for some reason I thought other people were holding me back. Turns out I was just wrong and I was just bad and I definitely needed other people to help. But to boost my confidence a bit, I actually got a surprise trophy. What? A molehill of corpses. Oh my god, killed 10,000 enemies. Oh, far out. It's like, why'd I get a trophy? Oh, bittersweet though, because I died stupidly. Really? This was nothing though, as later on I would have to get a trophy for killing 100,000 enemies. But for now, I still had to get this mission done without dying, and on the next attempt, I actually had my best solo run yet, until things went wrong. No, I'm done. Oh my... They just got it. Right at the end. Oh, that's so tragic. Then I had another close fail. Every single... what am I meant to do? I just get completely swarmed at the end. And another. No, why did I do that? I'm such a... Until eventually I got the run. But really, I should have just let randoms carry me. I shouldn't have tried to do this solo. Come on, the shuttle is almost here. Get on the shuttle! No, not like this, not like this, not like this. Please, 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 please.
I made a hero!
Yes! 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 Extract! Get me the hell out of there right now! Give me my trophy! I'm begging. Yes! Helldive. Completed difficulty 10 or higher mission without a single death. From here on in, every trophy is pretty much going to be a grind now. Except I can finish off the Masters of the Galaxy DLC and its 3 trophies, with each one being rewarded for taking out each faction's boss. But before I can actually start the boss, I have to get the 50 required influence to actually take on the boss. And you obviously get this influence by completing other planets. So I use this opportunity to play different difficulty level planets to unlock new stratagems, as I would need these for trophies later on. After getting the required influence, I was able to take on the bug boss. Luckily for each boss, even if you fail, you can still rematch against it, but you do only have 3 hours to actually get it done, or else it runs out and you have to get more influence, but this was plenty of time. You know, I wish I could say I knew what I was doing, but pretty much I was just loading into the boss level, calling in an SOS beacon for randoms to join, and would just hope that they would carry me. And luckily, because the boss missions give out so much experience and influence, randoms are very likely to join, and also there are plenty of high level players that just play the game for fun and are always willing to help out lower leveled players like myself. So after some trial and error and a bit of persistence, eventually we were able to get the bug boss done. Yes! Yes! Come on. Yes! Add that one to the fossil record. Defeat a bug hive lord. And so once again, I just repeated that same process with the other 2 faction bosses. And it turns out that the bug boss is actually the hardest one out of the 3, with the cyborg one actually being the easiest. As once again, being carried by randoms, I got it done on my very first attempt. I did not take a good loadout at all. Oh, resisting democracy is futile. Defeat a cyborg siege mech. And once again, the exact same thing happened with the Illuminate boss, as it is also a lot easier than the bug boss, but slightly harder than the cyborg one, but we still managed to get it done on our first attempt. It didn't see that coming. Defeat an Illuminate Great Eye. Let's go, that's all the DLC, Masters of the Galaxy, I believe, DLC done. Now that the Masters of the Galaxy DLC had been complete, I wanted to get the final trophy in the Turn Up the Heat DLC. However, this trophy, why wasn't this standard issue, was super grindy. It involves fully upgrading all non-DLC weapons and stratagems to their max level. But before I can even start upgrading them, I first have to unlock them all by beating all the planets that unlock weapons and stratagems, and also hitting level 25, which is the last level where you unlock a new weapon. So essentially, I was just completing planet after planet at different difficulties all the way up until level 13 difficulty, which ended up being the final stratagem that I needed to unlock. So I spent the next hour trying to get all 3 level 13 missions done to complete the planet. Luckily, I had some pretty good randoms to help me out. But don't get me wrong, this was probably the hardest challenge in the whole platinum grind, as level 13 is no joke, as there is just constant enemies everywhere. And on the final mission, I had to pull off the biggest clutch. Oh my god, what a clutch. Holy crap. Oh my god, the path just opened up for me. Oh, if we had failed then I would have cried. I'm never doing level 13 again. That was trash. Let's go, I'll take the machine gun. However, the true grind was only just starting, as to upgrade all my weapons and stratagems, I would need research points. Now, you'd get a few of them from leveling up, but majority of them you get from collecting samples. 10 samples equal 1 research point, and samples can be found on each level, meaning it was time to start grinding out samples. Because I bought the Super Earth Ultimate Edition, which I would also recommend you do as well, because when it goes on sale, it's actually cheaper than just buying the normal base game. But because I bought that edition, it came with a bunch of extra DLC stratagems for free, and one of these was the UAV. And when fully upgraded, it shows you on the map where samples can be found. So pretty much I would choose a level 6 difficulty mission, because on average it would have about 10 samples to collect. And I would also chuck on the cardio accelerator perk so I could run around a lot quicker, meaning I could pick up the samples quicker and get the mission done quicker. Also, I found that playing during defense missions was better because more samples for some reason spawned in on those maps. Also, because the defense mission was on, I had the chance to get the trophy Defender of Humanity. The defense of a region takes 2.5 hours, and as a community we have to fill up the yellow bar before the time limit is up, or else the faction will take one of our regions back. And they continue on to the next region straight after until we are able to defend. So unfortunately we lost quite a bit of progress as we lost a lot of regions, but luckily we did manage to stop the attack eventually. Despite that bar looking way off, we actually ended up being successful. Oh, so we're just back to where we were, lol. And if I go over here, it should pop the trophy. Yes, Defender of Humanity. Take part in a successful defense of a capital city by completing at least one mission. Not long after, I also had the opportunity to get a similar trophy called Spreading Managed Democracy, which was for taking part in a successful assault on a faction homeworld. So once you've completed all of the regions, you are able to attack the enemy home planet. But instead of only 2.5 hours, it is instead a full 48 hours or 2 days. And once again, you have to fill up the influence bar before that time runs out. So of course, I made sure to complete at least one mission to get the trophy, but I also used this time to grind out some more samples. And after about a day and a half, as a community, we were just ahead of the time. And luckily, when I hopped on a little bit later on, it turns out that we had done it. We had successfully eradicated the bugs from the Galactic map, meaning we now just had the Illuminates and Cyborgs left to fight. Spreading Managed Democracy. Take part in a successful final assault on an enemy's home planet by completing at least one mission. Let's go. After that, it was back to the monotonous grind of collecting samples. Whilst I was doing this, I made sure to have a TV show or YouTube on so I didn't get too bored. I also kept checking up on the Galactic map to make sure that we were making progress. And eventually the community did manage to take out the Illuminates. And you would think it would be easy to win the war from here as we only have the cyborgs left to play against, but their relentless attacking kept causing us to lose progress in the region. As I'm sure some of you have noticed the messages up in the top right, at some point I was actually added to a PlayStation group chat for people playing Helldivers. I think I got added because I was a recent player on PSN profiles, so this was mainly filled with other people looking to get the trophies, and it was good because they let everyone know whenever there was an attack on, so then I would get a message notification on my phone, and if I could, I would hop on and help defend. In the meantime, I was collecting samples still, and eventually I got a trophy. It's been so long. Yes, it does. A shining inspiration to us all. Achieve the rank of Grand Lord. Rank 25. And literally only like 10 minutes later, I had saved up enough research points to get my final few upgrades. Oh, okay. Never mind, that ain't the trophy. What? Why did it not pop? What am I missing? I've fully upgraded all that though. These are part of the entrenched pack. Unless I do, unless I'm gonna... Oh no, oh wow. Why wasn't this standard issue? Bruh, it popped as soon as I exited out of the console. Oh my god. Ugh. Fully upgrade all non-DLC weapons and stratagems. So I spent that whole time checking if I'd done it when all I had to do was just exit out of the console and it popped.
You were edging the trophy.
What the Sigma?
Anyways, now I just had 2 more trophies to get before getting the platinum, which was the Peace and Prosperity Reigns Again trophy and the Making Mountains Out of Molehills trophy. Making mountains out of molehills was simply just grinding kills until I got to 100k, whereas the other trophy, Peace and Prosperity, was for completing a planet at least once in a winning war. So that's the next trophy I was probably going to get, as we were really close to reaching the cyborg homeworld. We were making progress through the region really quickly, as some of the members in the group chat had found a strat to killing the boss really quickly, and the boss gives the most influence, and this could be cycled over and over again, getting lots of influence in only a matter of minutes. And so only about a day later, we made it to the cyborg homeworld. Unfortunately though, the cyborg homeworld was a snow planet, meaning you move around slower. However, there is a perk in the game called all-terrain boots, which lets you run at normal speed on snow planets. But up until this point, I didn't even know it was possible for me to get, because you actually have to go to the PlayStation store to redeem it. When I bought the Super Earth Ultimate Edition, all the other packs were automatically installed, but for some reason, these 2 packs here, I had to separately install myself. So the whole time I'd been playing without the snow boots when I just could have got them for free. So even though this was good for my gameplay, overall, we were losing the final assault. And unfortunately, it seemed like everyone had given up as we unfortunately lost the final assault, but we were able to defend their counterattack, and we were still only 1 region away from starting another assault. So that's exactly what happened, but again, it wasn't looking too good. And when I hopped back on, once again, we had lost. But this time, we hadn't defended the counterattack very well, and they had pretty much taken every single region back, only a few regions away from Super Earth. Now, I can't really say it's anyone's fault, because I wasn't able to get on and help with a lot of these defense and attacks, unfortunately, because I was busy. So shout out to all these people here that got heaps of influence and were pretty much the main reason we got so close to winning the war. And yes, despite being so close to winning the war, having had 2 homeworld assaults on the cyborgs, we did end up losing War 137. So after 36 days of grinding, we still lost the war and didn't get the trophy. And that means that most likely I would have to wait another at least 30 days to get the trophy when we actually win the war, and that is if we even actually win the war. We could still lose, meaning another 30 days for another war. At this point, I was overplaying this game, and I was ready to move on to play other games, especially because I wanted to get content out for you guys. So this is what made me decide to go play Far Cry on Xbox, so it didn't interfere with my PlayStation trophy list as I was still trying to get this. So literally all I did was complete 1 level 1 planet to meet the requirement of having at least completed 1 planet, and that is all I did for this war. I definitely could have helped out with the war more, obviously, but I really could not be bothered playing this game after having grinded it out for like 6 weeks in a row, and I was ready to move on to play other games and keep bringing out content for you. Okay, we won the war. We actually legitimately won the war. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. I've been looking at the chat. Everyone's leaving because we got it done. Oh, Jay, Gangsta left. Yeah, these guys are legends. These guys carried in the war. There you go.
Have the strength and courage to be free.
And we, my friend, are going home as heroes. Yes, Super Earth. It didn't get blown up this time. Let's go. Galactic War. Hell yeah. 25 days. That's quick. If I come over here, I should get the trophy. Yes. Peace and prosperity reigns again. Complete at least one planet in a successful galactic campaign. I didn't think it was going to pop for a second then. It took a while. It took like half a second before it popped. Yes, finally, after like 2 months, it's finally. I'm pretty lucky, I can't lie. All those other people, it took them like 4 or 5 wars to get this, so it only took me 2, but... And there is actually a website where you can see the record of every galactic campaign that has been completed in Helldivers 1. As you can see, I was part of the War 138 victory, but before that, there were 3 losses in a row, and I was really technically only a part of one of them, because the first one, I joined late anyway, and didn't know much about the game. So, imagine all those people that started in one of those earlier wars and had to sit through 3 defeats. Anyways, I was super grateful that I finally got it done, because it was quite annoying that the trophy was out of my control and I literally had to wait like 2 months to try and get it. But I am also super lucky that I didn't really have to help grind with the war at all, because I was too busy playing other games, and that's why I actually didn't touch the game for another 2 months until recently, because I had been playing all the Xbox Far Cry games. So once I had completed those, I was now finally back on PlayStation, and before starting Far Cry 3, I wanted to try and get Helldivers fully complete because I knew I was so close. And because I'd completed every other trophy in the game, I couldn't be bothered just sitting here grinding out kills legitimately, so instead I set up a rubber band method using the APC on a level 1 bug planet. I let it do its thing for a 448-minute session, and I ended up getting 11,000 kills out of it. And this put me at 83,000 total kills. I then let it go for another 387 minutes, this time getting about 9,000 kills. Now I needed less than 10,000 kills, and I ended up finding another AFK method which didn't involve any rubber bands. If you put on the heavy armor to give yourself more health, and also ran the guard dog stratagem on a level 1 bug planet mission, they would never be able to do enough damage to actually kill you, and you just let your rover do all the killing for you. And this method got me all the way to 99,000 kills as I watched a movie. For the final 1,000 kills, I decided that I would actually get them legit and play the game one final time, because I can't lie, for the most part, I actually did have fun playing this game. It was such a different experience to Helldivers 2, but it was also very similar at the same time, and I really did enjoy my time with the game. It was more just the grind towards the end, and then also having to wait like a month or 2 just for one trophy, which was completely out of my control as I had to rely on the whole community, and because there's not that many people playing anymore, it can be difficult to win the war. And I for sure was glad when I finally got it done. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. I want my platinum. Yes! Making mountains out of molehills. Kill 100,000 enemies. Oh, it's so good to hear that sound again. And the epitome of Super Earth. Complete all trophies. Let's go. Helldivers is done. Yes, after like 4 months. Let's go. 100,000 kills. Let's go. Wow, what a journey. Finally, after 4 months of waiting and playing Xbox games, I finally am back to getting my next platinum. It is so good to be back on PlayStation, and I'm so glad that Helldivers is finally finished. All in all, I really did like this game. I had so much fun with it. I thought the gameplay was awesome, and this would have been definitely a super underrated game when it first came out, and I'm so glad that Helldivers 2 popped off and became really popular, because these games do deserve it. The only issue is, of course, the platinum grind. At this stage of the game, because it's more dead now, the community isn't winning as many wars, so it is quite hard to get that trophy, and I was lucky enough to be carried by some other really good players. But wow, it really made me take a 4-month hiatus on PlayStation. That is insane. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned for more platinum videos, and especially the next one, as I will actually finally be finishing off Helldivers 2, which I actually started before playing Helldivers 1, so I've waited even longer to get the platinum for that game. It's almost been 8 months, so I can't wait to bring that video out to you guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you again.